Googled you. How would you explain them? Who are you? What do you do?
Well, currently I'm the co-CEO of Binance. Binance is the largest crypto ecosystem in the world. We are a financial super app. So beyond crypto, we offer our investors exposure, ability to take positions across a suite of products, right? It's not only crypto, it's commodities, it's petrochemicals, it's precious metals, it's US stocks, it's pre-IPO counters as well. And the product suite keep expanding. So we have more than 220 million customers globally and expanding very quickly. So we are part of the global financial infrastructure.
Nice. But who is Richard?
Well, Richard is, I'm trained. I've spent more than 2.5 decades in financial. By now, I've been in financial services for more than 30 years. I started my career with the Central Bank of Singapore. Then I was in Singapore Exchange and became CEO of Abu Dhabi Global Market, which is a financial services regulator. So my background historically has been in traditional finance, has been in regulations. I got to discover crypto right about 2017. And the more I deep dive into it, I realized that this is going to be the future of financial services, future of money, right?
Nice. So if, let's say you've spent like about 2.5 decades, which is 25, 26 years in finance.
Yes. No, by now I spent more than 31 years in finance.
Perfect.
Yeah,
so it's 31 years now. So if somebody is just waking up from a coma of 31 years,
yes.
Okay?
Yes.
And has no clue what's going on in the world, right? What would shock them the most about money today?
Well, the concept of financial institutions and the concept of money are rapidly changing, right? So, I grew up in an era where it's a brick and mortar world, right? So if you want to set up a bank account, you have to go to a bank, you need your thumbprint on the passbook. There's no widespread ATM there. You need to do a withdrawal, you queue up in the branch, right? So the innovation has happened a bit slower throughout the past 2 decades, but it has happened to quite a fair bit of extent. But blockchain technology, crypto, has the ability to transform all that. So if you rethink from now on the future of financial services, and given today's tools, architecture, infrastructure, and I say build a new bank, build a new securities firm, build a new asset manager, you'll not be the model that you see in the past, right? It will be something that's totally different, because with the usage of blockchain and AI, the future of how a bank provider, a payment provider, exchange looks like will be totally different. So many things can be fundamentally changed, right? We are living in a very legacy system that has plenty of challenges. If you do a bank transfer today, cross-border, it takes 2 to 3 days. It takes huge costs, right? So if you look at, for example, India has more than 100 billion of remittance, right, in any given year. And if you look at the fees that the bank charge, 6 to 7%, so you're taking off $6 to $7 billion that that can be substantially saved and given to your loved ones, to your families, to the vendors that you need to pay. But if you do that via stablecoin and crypto, right, those money can go to your loved ones, your vendors. The money can reach the end recipient in an instantaneous basis. Payments can be done. There's certainty of how much capital a corporate needs, right? Instead of holding large amount of capital, if you have certainty of when the money is going to reach the end recipient, you don't have to hold so much capital, right? Mm-hmm. So there's a much more efficient way of doing. But this chain is replicated in every aspect of financial services. So if you rethink the future of financial services and if you rebuild the future of financial services, is going to look very, very different, even from what we see today, right? So stablecoin is just starting to take off with clarity provided by the Genius Act. And many other countries around the world are now embracing stablecoin and coming out with clear legislation. If you think about it, one of the biggest problem with trading today is you can only trade within a certain amount of hours a day, right? Whether it's 9 to 5, whether it's 10 to 4, depending on the countries you are in, it's helped by, it's constrained. And people don't realize the amount of liquidity risk that institutions, the corporates, the retail have to bear. Once the market closes, so to say, right? If there's anything that's happening in the world in terms of news flow, you can't take on new positions. You can't hedge your risk. You can't offset your position, right? So you're bearing a lot of risk until tomorrow the market opens and the price point opens at a totally different level. So if you think about it, isn't it better if you are allowed to do 24/7, manage your risk effectively, whether it's through human, whether it's through AI intervention, etc. So that is what crypto has already offered, 24/7 trading from the start, right? So the future will, in terms of how all these things are being managed, will be very different. Many securities companies in the world, exchanges, still operate on T+2, right? So during that 2 days of clearing and settlement, there's a lot of risk that's being bought. In crypto, we have already moved to atomic settlement. It's instantaneous because the technology provides for that. So if you think about it, there are so many facets within financial services that will be transformed very drastically. Once you have more and more institutions, and once you have more new fintechs, more new providers coming into the market, providing much better alternative of how financial infrastructure will look like, okay, the transformation will take place very